welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we will be doing The Little Mermaid, the live action version. I'm gonna get straight to it. This movie is actually really good. It's actually really good. It's not bad, but there are some flaws. A little bit of flaws, just a little bit. Um, Let me see. Let me start. Where can we start with? I can pretty much start with this movie. The best part about this movie is Haley Bailey. She's hands down the best part. If she wasn't, if she didn't work, the movie wouldn't work. Honestly, like, she's really the best part. Even the songs, and I'm gonna get to it. The song, like the new songs that they have added, because they added new songs, and then of course it's a remake, so you gotta add a couple new scenes and stuff like that. Even the new songs, when Haley's singing, it's the best. Personally, it's the best. Like, I love her singing. It's really perfect. Like, I can't even put the words. Part, her best song is obviously "Part of Your World" is in the trailer. That's the song that you hear mostly throughout the movie. It that's literally the best song. Like, she sings her ass off in that song. Like, with the other songs, this is where it's, oh yeah, I'm not gonna really do like a spoiler section. I mean, I'm gonna say spoilers, but I mean, if you know the Little Mermaid, then you know the Little Mermaid. It's not nothing. Blah, like, it's, if you know Little Mermaid, you know the Little Mermaid. It's a couple of stuff that's like changed around, but it's not nothing. It's not nothing drastic. Like, it ain't nothing that big. But there is some stuff changes that I didn't like that would have been better if they just stuck to the original. Now, honestly, for like Ursula, I think Melissa McCarthy did a great job. I think she did a great job, except when she started to try to be Melissa McCarthy and she started to try to do her own thing. Because in the beginning, and when she wasn't singing, she was real eerie. She kind of had the vibe she was working with. I think this was perfect. She looks the part. Like, this was a little perfect. But then, as time went on, she started doing the Melissa McCarthy thing and being goofy and adding her own stuff to it, and that just didn't. No, no. Just stick to playing Ursula. Her song, "Poor Unfortunate Soul." I mean, eh, I liked it. It had its moments. It has its ups and downs. It was moments where I was like, "Ooh, that was really good," but then it had its moments where it's like, "Ooh, I didn't like the way she hit that note. That just didn't sound thing. It just didn't. It just didn't go well for me. Like, it was just ugh." And her doing the spell now, the spell is just, she casts a spell where, this is spoilers, I guess. She makes a spell where literally Ariel also forgets what she has to do once she becomes human. Once she becomes human to go see Eric. And I thought that was pointless. That was stupid. Real stupid. Because either way, the story still plays out how it plays. It still happens the way it happens. Because because she does that, there's one moment where she forgets what she has to do, where she knows that she has to get Eric to fall in love and then do a true love's kiss, but then she somehow, like, but it only happens like once in the movie, but then after that, she's like, she remembers everything. She doesn't really forget, or it's like never really like brought up again. Not at all. Like, not at all. So Ursula's pretty good throughout. I mean, yeah, it's like little moments, little moments. For Ursula and Ariel, I would say are the best parts. I like both of them. Yeah, I like both of them. There's nothing wrong with either of them. They both do an amazing job. Eric, I like Eric too. So pretty much this before I do Eric, this this is probably if I was to this is definitely one of the best live action remakes. Well, it's not really a good it's not really a good list compared to if we're talking about things like Dumbo and Pinocchio, but this for me, I think Cruella is the best. So this would be up there with Cruella. Like it would definitely be up there with Cruella and Cinderella because I think those are really the only like really good ones. The other ones are not. They're kind of like in the middle. They're not really. They have their ups and downs. I wouldn't put them that high. But for Eric, he did good. He did good. I thought this was great casting. He wasn't bad. What's his name? Jonah. I'm not saying his other name. I'm not saying that other name. I'm just say Jonah King. Jonah King did fine. He did pretty good. I didn't have any gripes. His one little song. I thought that song was at first I hated it. I really hated it. I didn't like it at all. But then I pulled it up, listened to it again on Music, Spotify, and it's actually not that bad. Like I don't, me personally, I don't like pointless, pointless songs that weren't in the original. Cause it just it's like why are they here? They're just there to be there. Like they're not. They don't sometimes because most of the time they are bad. They're not good. Like a couple of the songs, like in Aladdin, when Jasmine had a song when she got kidnapped. I didn't really like that because it just didn't add to anything. It was pointless. You could have just kept the movie going, or we could have added. This time could have been used for something else. But with Eric's song, it works. I like it, and this gives us more time with Eric to build a connection with Eric. And when we do see him with Ariel, they have more time to be with each other. I did like that. I really did like that. The one thing about these remakes is that they definitely allow you to, especially like in Cinderella, they definitely give you time. They definitely give you time to have the prince and the princess, or the main character and the love interest, to have way more time with each other, and you get to see them build the connection instead of like an animation where it's just, oh, he's the love interest, oh, she gotta fall in love with him because that's destiny, that's how it's supposed to be. No, it's actually built up, and I love their chemistry. Well, Holly's facial expressions are just as good when Eric is talking to her and they're trying to build a connection. I love that. I love that. It was fine. All of my pros are with the cast is perfect. I don't think the cast is the well. There's two other people, but mostly the cast is perfect. The cast is perfect. I don't have a problem with anything. Dude, like I really don't. I think Ariel was fine. I think King Neptune, the guy that plays King Neptune, I think that's fine. I don't have no gripes with any of them. Nothing. The person that plays Ursula when she starts to look good, and she did look a little better. There was moments where she looked way better than Holly, but we're not gonna talk about that. She did fine for the little moments that she had. I mean, yeah, it wasn't. Wasn't bad at all. Now, my problems, these are like, I would say these are like nitpicks. These are a little bit of nitpicks. They're not nothing. Well, depends from what you look at it from. From what they replaced it with, are these like really, really, really bad? Now, a lot of people, when I ask them about this, they don't remember these souls or little monsters. I forgot what they're called. They didn't have these in the movie, and I was sad about that because these things are kind of what made Ursula a little bit more, made her more creepy and more terrifying because she didn't kill people. Okay, like in the movie, and I guess this is somewhat of a spoiler. King Neptune in the original, if you've seen the original, you know King Neptune gets turned into one of these things, and after Ursula takes the trident, once she holds the contract up. Oh yeah, and then this Ursula doesn't hold the contract up. She just blocks it, which I think is stupid. But you could have just had her give her a contract. Actually, there is no contract. There's no contract at all. She just takes the blood and just puts it in the witch's brew. I'll call it that, and then that's her technically signing it off. But they could have just kept the contract. But that's not the point. The point is this contract had it where she couldn't do anything, and then eventually she would possibly turn into one of these things, and King Neptune ends up just getting evaporated. I said that right? Yeah, evaporated by the eels instead of getting turned into one of these things, and I thought that was like stupid because in the original she blasts she takes Neptune's own trident and blasts him with it and turns him into one of these things. And these things was literally like all over her house, in Ursula's house, but they wasn't there this time. And I was sad about, like really upset about that because that really added to how evil she was. And they just took that part away. And it's like, why? Like, and then they didn't replace it with anything. They just left it how it was. Like nothing really like replaced it or changed anything. It was nothing there. They just, I guess people that came in contact with her, the other mermaids, because in the end, once they kill Ursula, all the other people changed back to normal. But they didn't show these, so it's like I guess those people just died. There's no one. Yeah, they just died. So I think that was a missed opportunity not to have these things in there. That would have probably gave the movie more depth and more character. But so that's kind of a like because you didn't, you take them out and you didn't replace it with anything. You didn't replace that with anything, so it's technically, why did you could have left it in there. You didn't really need to change it. But I digress. Now, whoo boy, to the things I really, 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 really hate. Okay, listen, Disney, y'all gotta pick. Okay, y'all gotta pick. Y'all got a couple more remakes to do, and y'all talking about doing the sequels to these remakes. So like, for example, Aladdin. They're talking about doing Return of Jafar. They're talking about doing Return of Jafar. Okay, listen, we gotta update these effects. Okay, two. Number two, if we're gonna do realistic stuff, okay, go ahead and make it realistic. If we're not gonna do realistic stuff, make it look like the cartoon. I don't care what no one says. People can get mad at me about this. I don't care. I hate Sebastian. I hate him. I do not like him at all. I do not like him. No disrespect to the voice actor. I think he's trying, but he just doesn't. Especially when he sings Under the Sea, it's just not. the same. It's not the same. Like, you don't go to Cold Stone to get a gelati, and if Cold Stone had gelatis, you know that it's not going to taste the same or be as good as Rita's. Like, you just don't do that, okay? The original had it. The original had it. This one, you go here, it's just like if you're a kid, like for little kids, yes, you're gonna like it. It's you probably won't even notice, but for me, it just no. And then there's moments where like I could see the CGI just not working, and he just looks creepy looking. Like I'm scared to even look at crabs now. I used to eat crabs all the time. I don't even like this. This looks like this just looks terrifying. Like, dude, who's I want to know who was in charge of this. This was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. But yeah, I just didn't like Sebastian that much. They for me hold the movie back just a little bit. I think this movie could have been really, 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 really good. Way better. Once they casted Halle, I was like, okay, we already good on Little Mermaid. She's perfect. Okay, who's Ursula? Okay, Melissa Carr. That's fine. Don't mind that. I think I can't really picture anyone else being Ursula. That's fine. But with Sebastian and all the other, it's mostly the side characters I don't like. It's moment Ariel, the lead, is fine. She's not the issue. Because if she was the issue, then this movie is just straight up bad. Because the main, if the protagonist, the main character isn't good, then we just have a whole problem. But Sebastian, he had to go. I just didn't. Yeah, no, just no, just no. Oh boy, then we get to Jesus. Oh my God, Scudder. That was his name, Scudder. Listen, I forgot her name. She plays Scudder, and I'm just like, dude, there's a scene where Ariel's waking up. You know the scene in the original where the scene in the original where Scudder comes in and tells Ariel that, excuse me, Prince Eric has picked someone, but we all know it's not actually. He didn't actually pick her. He ends up getting in the trance, whatever. Um, Prince Eric ends up picking another girl, but Scudder tells that it's possibly Ariel. And instead of him just telling her that, it breaks out into a rap song. A rap song. And when I tell you, I don't know how anyone else feels, but for me, this was very cringy. I think this was very unnecessary. I did not ever want to hear Scudder sing, and this was probably the worst. Probably the worst. I think this is the worst thing in the movie for me. Like, this is the worst. I would probably skip this part if I ever go back and watch this film. Like, that's the worst part. Scudder's moments are insufferable. They're annoying, and I don't like him. That's basically all I have for Scudder. Her, him, whatever. I don't like it. I don't like the bird in this. Okay, I don't like it. It's just not. It just doesn't work for me. Like, Scudder is no. It's really. It is the same thing with Ursula. When they start trying to add their own like flavor into it, it just doesn't. No, just read the script. You know what your job is. You play Scudder. Watch the original. You don't gotta copy it. But try to you're just keep it sane, okay? Like, keep it sane, okay? Like at least with Ursula, it was more of her. She was trying to be her own thing. She was trying to do her own thing. It just at moments it didn't work. It just doesn't. It just doesn't work. That's all. With him, Scudder, her, whatever, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work ever to me. For me, it just doesn't. It's no, no. And then lastly, you up until this point, you should know who we're getting to. Like, like, oh God, Flounder. Like, you, you know, like when you watch the live action Lion King, and it's like, and this goes for all of them. You watch live action Lion King, and I think that movie is terrible too, because it's like either go realistic or make the cartoon. Like, there's a difference, Disney. You and y'all have to decide. Y'all have to decide. First, y'all need to decide on whether you want your color palette to be look beautiful, or do you want it to be this dull gray and blue. That's what we need to decide first. That's what we need to decide first. Two, if we're gonna take a cartoon, okay, either because I'm gonna be really terrified of what they do with Stitch, because if this is what Flounder and all of these, I don't want to know what Stitch is gonna look like. If you're going to take these animation characters, this is why I feel like the animation is just overall better, and why remaking these are stupid, because what you do in animation is going to be so hard to capture in live action. Like, this isn't like a, you ain't making going like making like Flashpoint, like the Flashpoint, the flat, like you ain't making like something like that live action. That's like you're making stuff like this, like the Little Mermaid, where and like Aladdin, where it requires a lot of animation and motion. Like the whole under the sea segment is not good because there was animals and sea creatures playing instruments and moving and talking and dancing, but now it's just regular, just plants and regular looking like regular normal fish just swimming around. Like it takes the fun out of it, because the animation is what makes it bring the energy, and it's all colorful. But it's like with this, it's just no. It's just no. But with Flounder, it's he's literally like Simba. He's like Simba from The Lion King. He just doesn't. There's moments where Flounder shows emotion. He's sad, but it just looks terrifying. Cause like, why did you make him a regular fish? He just looks creepy. Like, he looks so terrifying. Like, he does not look adorable at all. Like, this looks like bad. Like, looks bad. And it comes to like moments where it's like they don't even look like they're underwater. So Flounder just looks like he's just swimming in air. So it's just no, no. I hate it. And then the fact that they change Kiss the Girl, and now him, like they ruined the whole Kiss the Girl for me. I don't even like that song no more. Like, that whole segment of Kiss the Girl, I don't like it. I don't like Flounder. I don't like Scudder. I do not like Sebastian. I think those characters were not done justice at all. I think those are probably, for me, Under the Sea, the song part wasn't that bad, but he didn't have the pizzazz that the original did. Kiss the Girl was just straight up ruined by Scudder. Scudder ruined it. I don't like Kiss the Girl no more. Like, I hate it. It just doesn't have a, but with honestly, it just didn't have the same pizzazz. These three are for me probably the worst parts. Like, if we could have got them right, maybe the movie could have been a 9 or a 10, possibly. But them three for me really hold it back, and a lot of other plot lines. But I mean, mostly, I mean, really, Haley is the, once again, she's the best part. She sings her ass off. She doesn't. Yeah, and the moments it does suck that she doesn't. She doesn't talk, of course. But her singing is perfect. It's really good. It's perfect. The problem isn't with her at all. It's really the songs that she sung that I didn't like. Her singing is perfect. It's great. It's the songs that she sung. It's like I don't know. I don't know if I'm just nitpicking. Like, I just don't like it when they add pointless songs, because all of this time we could use either. I feel like we should either make the original songs longer, possibly, or we should like find a way to accommodate this time with something else. Okay, because I know you got to make the movie 2 hours. You have to. You got to make it 2 hours, because if it's not 2 hours, then you're basically just watching the original. But yeah, like we gotta accommodate this time with something. Like, I was like Eric's song, I forgave it. I ended up liking it. Ariel's little other songs, not so much. I mean, I like hearing Haley sing, but her singing those lyrics and that song, no, no. I just no, nah, nah, nah. I just no. But I mean, it's really what can you do now? I personally, I wouldn't say rush to see this. I don't think it's that important or that good when you need to rush to see this. No, take your time, see it, see it when it's on. Oop, alarm. See it when it's off, when it has like 30% off. See it a little later down the line. You don't need to rush out and see this. It's not unless you got kids, unless you got a little girl, little boy, like they want to go see it. Okay, fine. We're gonna take you out to see the movie. Like it's no rush. It's no rush at all. I would not. I personally would not rush to see this. There's nothing you're for because for all that I feel like kids would just enjoy the original more because it's just it is colorful. It has the energy that kids will love. It has everything. So for all that, you might as well just watch the original. And then when this comes to Disney Plus, then watch it. I wouldn't push it that far. As in, is it better than original or comes close? Hell no. None of these remakes will ever top the original. I don't think any of them do. Not one. Not one. Cinderella is probably the only one where it like has its moments, but outside of that, I think Cruella as a spinoff was fine. But that's those are really the only ones where it's like I can like kind of like question and debate that. These other ones, no, it's not even. There, don't get me wrong. There are moments where I think because once again, if Haley wasn't in this movie, or if this movie didn't have her in it, or if Ariel wasn't good, I think it would have been terrible. I think it would not have been good. It would have been so bad. But she once again she makes the movies. The movie would not work without her. She's perfect. It, it it's just weird. Like if they could just find a way, y'all like this. Y'all made these remakes. Y'all made the originals. Y'all made the originals. Just find a way. Find a way. What you did with the original, try to find a way to capture that magic into the remakes. Try. That's it. Like you just try. It can't be that difficult. Like it's no way. Y'all made these. Y'all are just remaking what you already made just in live action. It can't be that difficult. Like it shouldn't be that hard. It can't be. But most of these remakes, I mean, they're just it's just whatever. I mean, it's nothing really. It ain't really nothing really you could say about them. Now, if I was to, where would I put this? Where would I rank this? I'm gonna say it again. So, I think Cruella is still the best. I think nothing is gonna be Cruella. I don't see anything being Cruella. I think Cruella is the best Disney remake or spinoff, as you will. Um, then Cinderella. Mm, wow. I'm trying to think. Pinocchio, no. Pinocchio, Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast, uh, Jungle Book. I mean, Jungle Book. Yeah, I could put Jungle Book up there. That it wasn't bad. It was okay. They didn't. I didn't like that it didn't have the singing in it. It didn't have the songs outside of one song. But I mean, we'll put it up there. Maleficent, trash. We're not even going to talk about those. Uh, I'm gonna put. She's in the top five. She's in the top five of the out of the best. Like she's. I mean, Aladdin. I mean, really, it depends how you look at Aladdin. It has its ups and it has a lot. It has way more ups and downs than Little Mermaid. I would put Little Mermaid over Aladdin. I would put Little Mermaid over Aladdin, and I would probably put it over Jungle Book. I had more fun with that. Now, rating the movie, this is difficult. I saw the movie in 3D, so and just like when I saw Fast and Furious in 40, I always somehow give these movies a little boost. Um, you know what? I'm feeling generous today. Just because Haley looked good, you know what? No, Haley looked good, and they got Ariel right. They got Ariel right, and she did the part. She got most emotions down. I didn't have that much many probably characters besides some of the side characters and some of the moments with Flounder and Sebastian, and then the little times Ursula was going crazy, and they didn't really capture the final battle well. I mean, in the final battle, what you call Ariel ends up saving Eric, even though in the original pretty much what happened in the original, let me think. Pretty much in the original, Eric is the one that saves her at by the end, even though Ariel saves him. If you watch the movie, Ariel saves Eric a lot of times, like a couple of times in fact, if you go back and actually watch it. But yeah, Ursula, she becomes real big, but you don't really get to see her fully big because they was trying to hide the CGI, because I could see that it was looking pretty bad. But she's like covered with it's like a black shadow. She's like a shadowy figure, but you can still see a little bit of her. But yeah, they try to hide how bad the CGI is, because it is moments where this bad CGI occurred. Um, pretty much said all about the changes. Trying to think what other. Yeah, Triton comes back once Ursula dies, and boom, he's back. He doesn't get turned to that little, what you call it, the little monster. So that's that. Oh, the end. The end. So pretty much, I didn't really like that. How once Ariel, her father decides to let her go, she turns when she turns human. In the original, she walks out of the water with a big, glorious dress and looking beautiful, right? In the new one, she kind of just appears. In the original, she comes up with a dress, the nice, beautiful dress. In the new one, she just appears when Eric is playing with the doll. She just appears, and it just didn't feel as, what is it, fairy tale-ish, or like as magical as it should have been. As her coming back, it kind of just felt like, oh, you're back. Hey, what's up? You're back. Hey, you're back. Like, it didn't feel as magical. Like I didn't feel anything. Like she just appeared. Like she just was back. Like we knew this was gonna happen, but they could have made it look a little bit cooler instead of her just appearing. Um, I am happy they got rid of some of the wedding stuff. They didn't rush to get married. But then again, it's a fairy tale, so I'm happy Ursula and Eric didn't just rush to get married when she turns all good looking. Like, I'm happy they didn't just do that. But it's a fairy tale, so I mean, they get married the moment they see their true love. The very end, uh, I thought was stupid. They don't get married on the boat. They don't get married on the boat. In fact, in fact, by the very end, these guys, these mofo's, park this boat. They parked the boat all the way in the middle of the ocean, and they got the little mini boats, like the raft boats that they go like this, whatever they're called. They have those all around. They have those all around. Excuse me. They have those all around. And by the very end, they don't how the original ends. They have where they're on the ship already. They're getting married. It ends with a nice kiss. The mermaids are looking as the boat magically fades off into the sunset. Triton puts a rainbow in the sky. All the mermaids come up. It looks magical. Like you feel everything. It looks beautiful. Okay, and this, he just all of them get on the little like they're not on the big ship. The ship is all in the water. They just get in the little boats. By the very end, Triton goes sees his daughter, hugs her, makes amends, says, "I'm finally letting you go." And then it looks like they was about to kiss from all like you have to kiss your father. Then he pushes the boat and the boat goes past like you see the water and like somewhat of the sunset and then they go past the water in the sunset and it just ends with us looking at the water like and the music just plays like it just ends with us looking at the water like there's no it wasn't as magical. I mean the mermaids still come up and whatnot and but why didn't you just end it with like it was so pointless like why didn't you just end it with them on the ship. They kiss, boom, she's married, yada yada yada. They kind of like skip all of the cool, like the ending you could have kept the same. The ending was fine, like the very end. Them forcing Ursula and all of the Eric, that was fine. I didn't mind that takeout. I was fine with the preacher not also having a boner. I did not need to see that again. But yeah, that was fine that you took that out. That was fine that you took that out. But yeah, you could have mostly kept the ending. The ending was actually perfect in the original. The remake, I don't know why they did all the extra stuff and made it long. Like it was a lot of time. Like the whole third act most of the time was a little bit like rushing. Like and then we just got to the end. So yeah, I pretty much prefer that whole ending, like like the whole ending of the original. But for the rating, it's really it's like in between a 5 and a 7. It's between like a 5 and a 7 because it's like I am I going to let the parts I really enjoy be in like do the parts that were really good be are the parts that I really enjoyed the best like are they good enough to where I can just forget the bad parts or are the bad parts just too overbearing. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I think that's an accurate rating. A 6.5, 7 out of 10. 6.5, 7 out of 10. It could be a 6.5 out of 10, or it could be a 7 out of 10. I'm gonna give it two ratings. Six. You know what? 6.5 out of 10. There we go. It could be a 7. It could fully be a 7. This movie could have been an 8, a 9, a 10. If it just with the replacements that they did, you either replaced it with something better, or you just tried, or you could have innovated with something, or you could have just kept the original stuff in there that didn't really need to be changed. Because you changing it and not adding anything to it, or just adding stuff just to add stuff, it just ruins the movie, or it makes it just pointless, like just pointless stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. That's my final rating. That's my final rating. At moments it's a 7 out of 10. But overall, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. So that's how it is. I don't know what the next remake is. Um, all I'm telling you, Disney, is you already ruined Aladdin for me. My other favorite Disney movie is Tarzan. Do not ruin it. Okay, don't remake it. Just don't remake it, please. Because if you remake it and it's bad, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. Do not no. Just don't remake any. No, you already ruined Mulan. You ruined. Oh yeah, I forgot about Mulan. That movie's at the bottom. Like you ruined so many like of the like. You don't have any. You only have like maybe three good live action remakes out of the list. Cruella, Cinderella, I'll put the Little Mermaid up there, and Jungle Book. Okay, 4. Everything else has just been garbage. So like let's be let's be a little hasty about what's next on our agenda for what y'all plan to remake. Please, please. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.